Hey everyone, my name is Alex Keeson. This is Heart and Mind of a Leader, and we are in Module 16, where we're discussing attributes of a successful leader. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about another very important attribute, and that is competence. Before I get into the conversation, I want to start with thanking you for spending this time with me and watching the YouTube videos that I put out. Going to the website, theheartandmindofleader.com, and reviewing the takeaway notes as well as listening to the podcasts. Thank you for investing that time in your personal development, and I will do everything I can to help you along the way. Now, please remember that in order for you to see the results of everything that you learn or see in the videos or hear in the podcasts, you want to make sure that you practice that information, practice what you hear and what you see every single day if you like to see the results. Now, let's talk about competence. And I'll start with a quote by Robin Sharma. And the quote states, basically, to lead without a title is to derive your position within the organization not from your position, but from your competence, effectiveness, relationships, excellence, innovation, and ethics. And it also ties into definition of competence, and that is ability to do something successfully or efficiently. So it is important that we start. Let's start talking about competence, and I have a few things and a few questions I'm going to answer along the way. Something that came to my mind when I'm thinking about competence, and we'll start with the first question, or I guess the first statement that I have is you cannot fake competence. You either have it or you don't. And people can easily tell you and quickly determine, almost immediately, and then they'll be able to tell the difference between someone who is competent and someone who is not. You just cannot fake that. And it's very easy to kind of crush that belief and detour people from following you, because if you are not competent leader, if you're not a subject matter expert, and if you're simply just making up the information, you may be a good salesperson, but if you're not competent, people will figure that out really quickly, and they will not be following you for a long period of time, if at all. And competence is something that, yes, it can be developed. And yes, you can practice competence, and you can become a more competent leader. But it really starts with, as a part of the quote says, with ethics. It starts with confidence. And it starts with effectiveness for you as a leader. But I think it also, the very important part of that is you being a subject matter expert. Because if you know what you're talking about, if you are a subject matter expert in your field of work or line of business, then people can easily tell that by how you behave, by how you present yourself, by your confidence, by your commitment, and by the way you communicate. It's very easy to tell for people and create the perception whether you're an effective leader, whether you're a competent leader or not. So, how does competence apply in your daily life? Well, as I mentioned, be the subject matter expert in your field, and whatever that field may be. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be in the field of business. It could be in any field. As long as if you like to be a subject matter, let's say your passion is gardening, and if you obviously want to be a subject matter expert in gardening, if you like to share your suggestions and have people follow you, and whatever your practices are in the field of gardening. If you're not sure, if you don't know what you're talking about, you will only share the information that will be completely irrelevant or not useful for people. So it doesn't matter really what field you're in, whether you're in business, whether you're in gardening, whether you're in journalism, whatever that may be for you. But it starts with confidence. It starts with you being a subject matter expert in your field. And it starts with really just learning and getting all this information that's available to you everywhere you look. I know you're probably getting all this information like a sponge, and it's all stores and in your head, and you're reviewing information every single day. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're selecting the information that is useful. You want to make sure that you remember the information, you use it every single day, and you want to make sure you continue learn and become more educated in your field of or line of work. Don't stop. Obviously, as I mentioned previously several times, right? Leader never stops learning. So let's say if you're, in your field of leadership, there is no stopping. You only get better and you only get more information. There's a ton of resources. You can always improve, right? And you can always get better, whether it's in the communication or whether it's in public speaking, whether it's in writing, whatever that may be. There's always opportunity to get better. And don't stop learning. So continue to seek out resources, continue to seek out additional training, and use it every single day. And the other thing is, be able to lead and inspire others, but also perception management. So, as I mentioned previously, you can either create the right or wrong perception very quickly with people that's following you, with people that work with you. So of course you want to make sure, as a leader, that you create the right perception and the perception that you intend to give. So if you're sounding that you're not sure really what you're talking about, if you sound like this is the first time you discussing a specific topic or discussing a specific product, for example, you can quickly tell, or people can quickly tell, either you know what you're talking about or you don't. Did you spend time researching or you didn't? Is this something you're passionate about or not? People can quickly tell, and that's what creates the perception, which is really hard to address later on. So you want to make sure that you create the right perception from the beginning. You want to be the subject matter expert. You want to lead with passion and confidence, right? And you want to make sure that that perception is correct. And it starts with you. It starts with you knowing and being the subject matter expert in your field of business or line of work. Now, the other thing is, the resume is your personal and professional business card. And this is really the first step. Personally, that's the way I see it. This is your first step to really present yourself as a professional, as a person, and share your skills and share your level of competence with whoever's looking at that resume, with your potential employer, or really any individual that's looking at your resume. And because on the resume, you're listing skills, you're listing your achievements that you've accomplished. And you want to make sure that you can be able to stand behind every word that's listed on your resume. Every single word. Because if you can't, then it probably shouldn't be there on your resume. And you want to make sure that the information that you have on your resume is relevant and clearly outlines everything you have accomplished, all the achievements, all of the competencies that you have, and make sure it's updated regularly. Because when somebody's looking at the resume and they let's say they're looking at a specific skill of yours or a specific accomplishment that you have listed, you want to make sure that you are able to recreate that situation if needed, whether it's through role play or just providing an example of real life example when that happened. So make sure you keep your resume up to date. Make sure the information there is relevant and what you've actually accomplished, to be able to present and start off presenting yourself as a competent and confident leader. So 3 takeaways from today's module. First, don't try to fake competence. It's not going to work. People will quickly determine, and people will be able to quickly see if you're a competent leader or not. Do you truly know the information that you're presenting or speaking about? Or not? Or maybe this is your first time ever talking about the subject. So don't try to fake competence. And the second takeaway is be the subject matter expert in your line of work. Spend the time, invest the time in studying, invest the time in learning about your line of work or line of business or a product that you intend to present or a company that you intend to represent. You want to be and you need to be the subject matter expert in everything that you do. And the third takeaway is resume is your business card. So make sure you keep it relevant and updated at all times. So next topic, I have something special planned for you. So I'm not going to get into that conversation just yet. And we'll actually touch base again in about a week from today. So I have something very special prepared for you. So please make sure that you attend in a week from today. I will be adding a takeaways from the module on the website, and also, of course, your key takeaways. And that should be they should be there either tonight or by the end of the business day tomorrow, which is on Monday. Now, I also wanted to point your attention real quickly to the second episode that I've added to the podcast page on the heartandmindofleader.com, and it's focused around team and personal development series. Really cool information, rather quickly. So it's really within the 7 to 10 minutes or so, and you can quickly download and then listen to it in the car or whatever you may be, maybe in your office or on the go. I will be continue adding more information there and focusing on team building and personal development, because I know that's a lot of people looking for the information. A lot of people want to become better leaders, and develop themselves personally and professionally. So I'll be constantly looking for that information that I can present and share with you. Please continue sharing your feedback. I'm always open and would like to get your feedback in many different avenues that you have available to you. Other than that, have a great rest of Sunday, and we'll chat again about a week from today. This was Alex Geeson, and this is Heart and Mind of a Leader. You take care. Bye-bye.